check his up.
Now check this out, Craig.
He might stay in Salazar. He asked him about
First
that
thing,
chick.
I'm gonna come at you first. All right.
He asked him about that
When you
chick.
hear your boy's name, Sean, how you assess him? You know I had to come to you first because you spend the most time with him.
When I first seen him, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if he was gonna be one of them post players that we just had to tune him up,
Right.
or was he a post player that what we've been seeing, he just want to shoot the three. And then when we get in the gym, I see a lot of attitude, and then I see a lot of just shoot the three, give up easy on himself.
Right.
So, like you said, I spend a lot of time with him, and that's why I be saying, like, on our car rides, it's a whole sermon. It's a whole sermon.
You always got to pour into him. Huh?
Yeah, I got to.
Well, hold on, does he hear you though? Is he receptive in your opinion?
Some of the stuff, and I be trying to tell him, like, y'all are the two best ones to get him right on that post stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get that level, because I'm telling you, can average 20 points in the post.
Yeah.
Shooting the three. Now, I ain't saying that you're not going to be able to shoot the three, but I'm saying your first mindset should be dominating in there, then come out.
That's a fact.
And then when I come in here in the gym, we do the competitions or the one-on-ones, first thing he want to do, shoot the three. Go
Chunk it up from deep.
Man, come on.
Competition Friday yesterday.
So I know my head be thinking like, Wayne, what the is that?
And you know, and I don't know if you noticed though, and all of y'all though, one of the tents, I don't think you were here yet, but whenever we did the cutthroat yesterday, it was, I gave him an extra dribble, because usually we go 3. I'm like, all right, 4 now. You know, I'm gonna let you, get a little saucy, get into your bag if you need to. And you learn a lot about guys whenever it gets, like, when it gets competitive, when it's fight or flight. You got no help, you mano a mano on an island, what can you do?
Accountability.
Yeah. What would you say, big fella? You know what I mean? I always come to, I'm definitely interested in hearing what you got to say, man. Because me and you, we've been in the trenches together, and you weren't in quintessential big. You weren't trying to finesse, swing.
Post and finesse, that doesn't go together.
Well, how do you deal with a player like Sean? 6'5",
My approach has been more of just being real in a sense to just know what you can do. Are you a high flyer? You're not. So I can see why you wouldn't take advantage of it. But are you gonna be successful? So my approach with him is just keeping it like that, but then just showing him we are not trying to limit you to this post. You know what I mean? Because his biggest thing is, I don't want to lose my guy. And you won't, but try it out. You know what I'm saying? And the best comparison that me and him have agreed on is Joker from the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, Jokic, baby.
You get the ball, on the rebound, go with it a little bit, See what you got, because
with your head up,
because you do have your guard skills, and half court set, hey, you got to get down there, got to touch the paint, and just seeing, talking to him like that, giving him, those associations to, what he sees in the league and everything else like that, it's made more sense to him. So, when we had our little explosion the other day,
great word to describe that.
I was more really just help me understand what's going on. Because, we have understanding, I see where he's telling me, I got you, I understand where I can score, I see it, so it threw me off. But, to answer your question, how you deal with that, just mainly just give him a comparison on, what he sees to how it can really help us, in our situation, and then just do it.
That's what
so you want to do this, so show me you can do it.
That's a
You
fact.
can make me trust in you doing it. Then, hey, you changed my view. You helped me.
Yeah, I think the game is different too now. It's like anytime you call somebody a big, or you like say the word post or post player, they immediately look at it as disrespect. And I'm like, whoa. I'm not saying that's all you can do. Because if you think about it, that dude probably got more in his tool bag than anybody we got in the program. You know what I mean? That cat can shoot it from the 2 or from the 3. Got a sweet looking shot. He can put it on the floor. All right, now obviously it's got to be the right matchup for him to be doing that. You know what I mean? But then he can go down there, back to the basket, mid post, low post, over either shoulder. He got good touch with the right or the left hand on the hooks. You know, on the finger rolls around the rim. You know what I mean? So he's extensive with it. But we just got to get him to where he don't look at it as an insult that we say, hey, big fella, going down into the post.
That's what I be saying.
So smart.
He got to stop being so emotional.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got to take the emotion out of it.
That's right. Everybody in the gym know whenever he's going through it.
But you know what? It's a curse and a blessing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm very emotional. You know.
But you never stop playing. That's the key.
That's the thing. That's why I said it's more up here. Because as talented as he is and everything like that, I mean, it means nothing when he shut down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I was that guy, I'm gonna figure you out. You know, if I do anything and you breathe for me, oh, I'm about to do it again. Oh,
See, that's why I be telling them. That's why I be telling them in the car. Getting mad at yourself is one thing,
People gonna
but shutting down is another thing.
That's right.
I get mad at myself for missing a shot, but that's all in me.
Right.
But shutting down, that's showing to everybody.
That's true.
That's what I talk to them big about. You know what I'm saying? The frustration, fouls, the shooting wild shots, getting mad. A lot of them shots you ain't gonna make.
Remember what you said
With the bully.
no mistake over a bad decision.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
If you make a mistake, don't compound it by making a bad decision by getting mad, fouling hard, you know, hurting somebody, you know, just doing something dumb.
I mean, that lets you know, oh, you want out. Let's go ahead and help you out. Let's go ahead and get
That let me know I'll teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's not gonna turn the ball over?
It's going to happen.
Who's
Not
gonna
gonna
make
miss a shot.
every shot? Who's not gonna get somebody get a step on the defense? I mean, it's gonna happen, especially when you're playing hard.
And you made a point yesterday, though. I don't know if you noticed when you talking about, getting mad at missed shots that you know you're supposed to make. Now, he was shooting some shots that would be tough for anybody to make, but also, we all had one of our coaches on the staff back in our era, Sidney Carter. He would always say, "Why you get mad at missed shots that you don't even work on?" He said, "You don't. He's the only one in this gym thought that shot was funny." Everybody else in here knew it was gonna be a miss, and he mad. And we love Sean to death, but whenever he's working on his own game on his own, he on that gun shooting it from 20 plus feet out. But just to make just so it don't sound like we killing the kid today. I wish you guys would have been here to see how he played. It was almost as if he heard all the evaluations from us before, because he took it and utilized it. Running from rim to rim, we playing pickup, making sure he touched the paint every possession. And as a result of all that activity he was giving out, he was touching the ball pretty much every time down, whether he was shooting it or not. And we was like, we always talk to the other guards and say, hey, man, we got to reward the big fella when he give output like that. But then I'm speaking on both sides of my mouth on purpose. But then I go right over to him, like, hey, man, you want the rock? Get a rebound. One of those type of deals,
But that's keeping them active, though.
It is.
It's keeping them active. Even though we're gonna reward you on here, I'm gonna say something to you to keep you active.
That's right.
You keep hitting the boards. You keep going for the loose
Can't
balls.
stop me from getting this rebound.
You know what I'm saying?
If I want the ball, I'm gonna get the rebound.
And one
That's
thing,
what I did.
one thing that's definite about Sean is, if you tell him something like that, he's gonna try it right then. He's gonna put it right into effect.
Right into you.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just a matter of just controlling it, keeping it balanced.
Yeah.
I remember when I first met him, I told him, I picked him up the very first day. And he told me how old he was. I said, oh, you're a junior. I said, that was my favorite year.
Oh, yeah.
And we get to the gym and I'm catering everybody and they tell me that they're juniors too. I said, that was my favorite year, man. That's a special year.
Yeah.
They both kind of look like, I said, that was our state year, you know what I mean? And we went out there and I remember Kayla, he ran his fastest mile.
Like 5:55, something like that. I remember that. And that sucker ain't made that time that good since.
He said, I ain't never ran that fast. I said, I told you it's gonna be different. And he just kind of smiled a little bit, and Sean looked too, and it was more like, hey, I told you the junior year, y'all already doing first day, y'all doing things different that you never done before, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all trusting, y'all believing, so
I think that junior year is
But-
important too, because it's like, it's when you really start to see yourself turning a corner. If you've been grinding like that, now if you've been a part-time worker, then you probably won't be where you're supposed to be when you get to that point. But it's almost like, you know how you break a game down into 4 quarters. When as a freshman, you're the lowest man on the totem pole. You know, getting your feet underneath you, figuring out high school, figuring out the lay of a new land and all of that, figuring out, where do I fit? How do I stay on? Sophomore year, it's a little bit of the same. But as a coach, we start to think like, all right, you should be shedding some of these baby habits from a year ago, but it's still not quite clicking the way we want it to be. And then halftime, you know what I'm saying? Now here we go. We're in the third quarter. You're a junior. You should start to see you bloom a little bit.
So it's
But that's
kind
my
of
management.
it's kind of like remember what I was telling you in the office that day. Because I seen, I knew Sean, I knew Kaylin.
You know a
And
lot of them though.
Yeah, and I was telling you, Kaylin, he got some pretty good run last year. Started all that good stuff. But Sean was more like the sixth man. Yeah. And I told Sean, I was like, hey, bro, that role is gone this year. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to come up, step up to the plate, meet the challenge. The expectation gonna be different.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking
big.
about that, and so a lot of the time, because you already see he got the leadership skills. A boy, he'll lock it down as far as on the court trying to make sure people in place. Yeah, we talked about attitude, emotion, and all that, but we all got something to work on.
We do.
He got the leadership skills and stuff. And I think that he really did. All these cats, are, just like I told you before, they all cerebral as heck. They, these boys think. These boys try to learn the game. They want to know. And I think that's going to set them apart this year because of that. We all talk about it all the time. Their advancement, you don't have to go over things 3, 4, 5 times with them for them to get it. You tell them once or twice, and next thing you know, you're looking out on the court, they correcting it. Hey, yo, bro, you need to be over here. You need to be.
Things have happened. I walk along, do what I do, just say, hey, y'all okay with this? This look okay to y'all?
Light a fire.
Hey,
What you saying?
just ask. Just don't look at
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. 'Cause this don't, and that, like, okay.
But that's what I was talking about
Shut up.
with the practice though.
God, pray. But it never happens though. I love
I'm
it.
gonna shut up though.
But that's why I was talking about when we was closing the practice. This was one of the closest teams that I've been around outside of the AAU team I coached.
Right.
Just coming together. You know what I'm saying? Like we got people that's coming in from other areas, being accepted. You know what I'm saying? Even though we knowing y'all, they've been knowing y'all since you were young, but just accepting them coming in here and playing with y'all.
And I can say that as the coaching staff.
Because I ain't like Wayne when he came.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's news.
But see, I can say that. I can say that
That's my dog, man.
as a
That's my
coach.
dog.
The same thing. What happened? I rolled up on you.
Yeah.
Y'all just took that chance. I was like, hey,
I'm gonna be honest. Can I keep it 1,000 hours?
1,000.
have a
Absolutely.
choice.
Let me tell you something. When Coach Cook rolled up on me in the cafeteria about, what you say, about a month ago maybe?
Yeah, something like
About a
that.
month ago, we got the staff intact. You know what I'm saying? We started off with Ryan Deaver, you know what I mean, one of the alumnus. That fell through. We had Coach John, who's at Rogers now. That
Right.
fell through. We had Trey McVay. He was with us. That fell through. And then I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm like, there's a reason why I hit Wayne and Chris in the beginning, because I was like, if no matter what else happened, these two guys, I know I can count. They're gonna be it. So they were through 3 different turnovers. And then I run into Terrence shortly after I get the job. We out eating somewhere, and I'm like, listen, I may need you to come down to the gym. He's like, shit, when? And that's before I knew you were coaching junior high football. And so it just worked. Then I'm like, all right, we good. We get Stink on board. He coaching 7th graders, all Central alumni. I'm like, listen, I don't want nobody else on the staff unless they Central dudes. Coach Cook rolled up on me in the cafeteria.
Hey, brother.
Listen, man, my name Greg Cook. That's it, he got that raspy voice. Hit me with real quick. But you know what I'm saying? We just got to talking, and people use it all the time, and so I ain't gonna even use the word. I'm gonna use one that rhymes with it. It was synergy there, though. I could just tell right then and there. Okay, this is a genuine dude. He means what he says. And you came to me and said, listen, I was volunteering with the junior high last year. I don't want no money, none of that. I just wanna stomp with the big dogs at the high school level. I said, you know what? Come on. But I was testing it on. I was like, yeah, man, show up this afternoon. We do this, we do that, we do this, do that. Yeah, show up if you feel like it. I was like, man, we gonna see if this cat go get his ass up and be there at 6 in the morning. He beat me for the first couple of days,
Hold on, don't say the first couple of days, because guess what? You know that's still on my mind, right?
I know it.
You know?
we got a little unwritten competition trying to see who can get to the gym or the weight room first every morning. So I done got to the point where I got to be there. I'm there every morning at 5 because I know if I wait till 5:15, he gonna beat me, and that means something to me. I can't let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Can't let it happen. But that's my Coach Cook. Glad you with us, bro.
I appreciate it. But I mean, I feel like that about all of y'all, man.
Get out too.
When I first met y'all, especially, Chris, I like this little sawed off nigga. Yeah,
They call him sawed off.
looking around, he always looking at like mean mugging mugs.
That's true. You're deciding to be
You
good, man.
you gotta crack that code.
mean
Can't let you
mug.
come over and think it's just happy go lucky. Nah.
Then ran into Wayne. I said, okay, tall, a high yellow.
You hear me?
Look like
Strong, that boy high strong. I said,
That ain't what
okay,
you was
we good.
That could be all
We
right.
good.
That ain't
We
what you
already
think.
right there. Already know.
T, that ain't what you think.
I got somebody on my side.
And then,
I got somebody to help me.
I got lights.
and then we go to the quiet, the quiet one. Well, let's just act like it.
I am the quiet one.
Roll up in the weight room. This mother doing flips over the daggone.
Oh yeah, the
Flips. He going flips over the bar. He ain't doing regular pull-ups.
When you pull up and hit, man, this dude, man, he's a warrior. He's a warrior. Oh, yeah, man.
But I tell you what, man.
They lying.
Just like you said, I appreciate you allowing me to be part of this staff. And y'all already know I'm here till I can't be no more.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
In it to win.
I'm about it. See, that's why I can't play.
Man, I ain't said nothing. Look, man, don't start that stuff today.
And constant shit talking between these two, always.
Man, the funniest thing, bro, when you stood up at them chairs over there the other day.
Oh yeah, when he got up and hollered at the wrist. Now see, listen, for the viewers out there, every staff got one coach that everybody's just sort of waiting to see him explode.
Man,
That day, Coach Cook
I was-
jumped up quick off that seat with the new hip. Which he ain't supposed to be moving that swiftly. And he got up and got to hollering, man, because them boys weren't talking defensively.
I had my whistle in my hand like this.
Chris didn't blow the whistle.
Man, he jumped up, walked by me and said, man, if you don't talk.
Coach Cook don't need no whistle. That's the way I look at it. Don't need no whistle.
I put my whistle in my mouth right there. And you said it again,
Somebody
I
mad.
had to blow the whistle. Give him a tech.
It was a little bit too strong.
Get on up out of there.
Man,
It was a little bit too strong.
Get him, coach.
So, Terrence, man, give me your coaching history, dog, because I'm gonna be honest, I did not know that you were coaching in any capacity until like July, whenever you were like, yeah, man, I coach football over at Central Junior High.
all right. So I started coaching at the North Navy, elementary football, Pee Wee, I guess you could say.
When?
My first year back home, so 2014.
Okay. So 6 years ago, okay.
Yeah, I did that for about 3-4 years. Then this is my second year here. Last year was my first year coaching junior high football. And this is my second year once the season actually started back.
I feel that. How in the hell did you get this opportunity, man? Did you go shooting for it, or somebody, put an invite on the table for you?
Corey Matthews, actually, he's been trying to get me here for the past 6-7 years.
All right.
I just haven't had the time to do it. But actually, when I switched jobs, that time came available. So I just took it.
Okay, now my man coaching, teaching, running all over the
Oh,
city.
yeah, man, I'm doing everything now, man. I can't stay still.
Heck yeah, man. So now, junior high football, the strength and conditioning coordinator for us in the weight room on the high school level.
Yes.
Man, listen, man.
Strong nigga.
Straight up, mighty. Yo, now, let me ask you something, because you do a lot. And I used to do a lot, too, at a different time in my career. But how you keep yourself from burning out?
As far as what?
Well, look, I like
Sports
that.
or just weights?
Oh, my bad, Chief. But what I'm really talking about is, as a coach, like you balancing a lot. I know we the only ones that just say, but they don't have no spouse or no children.
Love for it
so we got a lot
all.
of
Love
time.
for it all. Love for the sport. Love to see kids succeed.
Yeah.
Love to see everything. Like, I just like to see kids do better and not fall through the cracks and become statistics in Tulsa. Like, I just like seeing them smiles on their faces to see them do better. I can't burn out with that. and I don't have kids of my own yet. So I ain't got nobody to go home and listen to.
I feel that. No. Be happy, huh?
I got a lot of nieces and nephews, but you know, so I can take them back to their mamas and daddies.
Same. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
man,
showed
go
up with
bring up
mine.
your own grill. You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
bring them anytime.
I showed up
Anytime.
with mine. You hear me?
I don't mind. Bring them. And we tutor them while we there.
That's right. Peep this though, as inner city kids, like we all are.
I'm from the country.
Yeah, right. But in your short time in the kid business, right? This is for all of you. What are some of the, if you can think of one that was like one of those wild stories of some circumstances that a kid was dealing with? You see what I'm saying? That you had to be there for. Because, you know, a lot of our kids, they got to grow up quick, man. A lot quicker than what they probably should have to. They done seen some things they probably shouldn't have had to see. You know, like little stuff like not living at the crib, but they got to hustle on their own to make things happen for themselves. And I'm going to give you an example of one thing that comes to my mind that I thought was kind of wow. And this happened last year. Like one of my players I was coaching, he wasn't at practice over one of the breaks, one of the holiday breaks. And he ended up showing up, he showed up late. But he said, man, coach, we about to get on his ass. And he's like, coach, I had nobody at the crib, so, you know, my Uber showed up about 10 minutes later than what he was supposed to. I said, you Uber to practice? And I said, you know what, I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead, get your shoes laced up, let's get to work. Yeah, because in my mind, I'm like, man, who knows how or where he got that money from to even pay for the Uber. You know what I mean? That's a survival tactic in and of itself. And then you cared enough to get to basketball practice when obviously, you know, your circumstances got a lot bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? But he made it happen with no excuse.
You got a kid like that now.
You know what I'm saying? So what's some of the circumstances you had to see a kid deal with?
I'll tell you one right now.
What's right?
It was 2 years ago. Because I do a lot of mentoring with kids, you know, here in the Tulsa area, back home, whatever. But this was here in Tulsa. A couple of kids, they was at the zone. They was going through the zone, through Pastor KJ Church, all that.
Good dude, by the way.
Well, it's a brother and a sister. They both went here to Central. They came to school in the morning, you know, like everything, you know, left the crib, mom's there, all that good stuff, left the crib, came to school, this and that, blah, blah, blah. When school got out and they went home, moms had packed the crib up and rolled out with her boyfriend while they was in school. Packed the crib up, gone. Didn't let them know nothing. How do you know what I'm saying? What
do you tell a kid?
You know, adults, we adults.
Yeah.
Think how it's gonna mess with your head as an adult.
Right.
But these is kids, you know, teenagers.
They come home to home that ain't home no more.
Yeah, coming home to nothing.
Man, the way you just said it moved me. So what? I'm like, how did that story end? Like, what happened next for them?
Well, they have, like I said, they have been going to the zone for a couple of years, even before this happened. So KJ kind of understood the family dynamic, the way things was. So he had kind of like a little contingency plan. You know, of course they were shook, but he was able to get them in touch with their grandma. And I mean, because the grandmas were still in their life, all that good stuff. So, I mean, the transition occurred. It was pretty smooth. And as far as I know, they still with grandma, or one is with grandma and one is with another relative. But they're doing all right. But again, like I said, the impact of you go to school, like, you know, oh, man, I gotta go to school. I made it, go through the day, and then you come to the crib and it's like,
You might be looking forward to coming home.
Man,
you know, yeah,
not
man,
no
Wait for
more.
that fast get out.
yeah. Then you, I mean,
Devastating.
Yeah, man, I can't do nothing but imagine.
I don't want
You
to
know,
I don't
imagine.
wanna feel it.
I won't imagine.
or walking up into, you know, taking kids home, walking up into the house, seeing blood on the wall, where moms or somebody done got in a fight with that significant other. See them youngsters sitting there taking care of younger siblings.
I seen
The
that.
blood is on the wall, but they carrying on life like ain't nothing wrong.
That blood on the wall is something to you. That ain't nothing to them.
You feel me? You see where I'm coming from with that?
We normalize it. So,
Right. It's like, what do you have to be going through in your life? What type of mental, like shield do you have to put up to be able to normalize something like that? And especially at such a young age. Bro, just like you said, we from the city and all that, but I walked into it and I was like, oh shit.
that kind of rocked you a little bit.
Yeah, like, this is how you living? And it was just a normal, everyday, whoa.
Tough.
Man,
I can't laugh doing this to us.
I feel that.
No, he don't care.
But you know, I got a pivot. You know, that's actually a good segue right there. You know, so I can holler at my fathers over here. You know what I mean? You know, Chris and
I'm gonna
Wayne.
grab another piece of chicken on that note.
Yeah. Brothers like us on the end, we get to relax.
I don't know nothing about that one. I'm
Alright.
done.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, he is. So he put
Pull out champion.
hold up, wait a minute. He's a wild boy.
Cut that. You say what? Huh? 30 plus.
He's wild. But here's what I want to pose to y'all.
Hit a jumper,
Like, and on some, you know, and I'm gonna ask this, you know, with the utmost respect, you know, fellas, man. We, for some reason, it ain't cool to like to admit when you sort of, I don't want to say scared, but maybe vulnerable is the right answer. But like, do y'all have any fear at all, like having little kids in today's world, like trying to figure out how to bring them up, well, with the world like it is? You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily safe.
Look, I'm listening to this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, very scared. I'm not gonna say, no, we're gonna use the word scared. That's what took me 30 plus years to have a baby. You know what I mean? Just of the world. I didn't want to bring a kid into this world with everything going on, especially now with Corona, and just people acting the way that they act. You know what I'm saying? These high power drugs and everything else that everybody on. So, you know, I was just talking to them about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm daddy, definitely, but I've taken more of the drill sergeant, you know, with my son.
Yeah, you said that to me. You said,
Parade.
His mom was just so nice.
So nice, you sweetheart.
Balancer.
You know,
He got to be the balancer.
right, and I have to train him in a sense, and don't get it wrong when I say train, but he has to kind of know the way of the world, you know what I mean, how to, you know, interpret things, how he's perceived, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, how things work, and then a few later, daddy can come, you know what I'm saying, I can put that Wayne touch on it, I can just, you know.
Love on him a little more.
Yeah, but right now, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I just went in there with that copy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, come here. No, I can't do that because the world going. I mean, my son, he's black and Mexican, so he gonna get
Right.
Team
right.
up.
Just being,
That's going, yeah.
real as he can be.
He Trump favorite.
You feel me? So he has to know how to be, you know, he got to see it coming.
Yeah.
He definitely has to. And it makes me, like I said, scared. And not to just keep going on about it, but, you know, we hear about, and we told all our lives about, you know, you need a daddy in the household, you know what I'm saying? We know what the numbers show when the daddy is not in the household. You know what I mean? So the fact that I'm in the household, I got the damn show, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta hold it down.
I have to because, man, they gonna do my dogs bad, you know what I mean? Just because they would have done me the same way, but I had a little bit of sense on my head. I had people, you know, in my corner to, you know, help me get there. You know?
Some of that stuff is skewed though, because me and my daddy were talking about this the other day. It was like when you look at numbers or statistics or whatever, they're off because like a lot of times it'll be interpreted that just because, you know, mom and dad aren't together and they're not in the same household, that you have an absentee parent. It's like, no, this parent is active. I just don't live with mom. I live with dad. Or I just don't live with dad. I live with mom. But daddy there, you
My
know.
mom used to, and she never, my pops, I know he gone, but she never said it in a bad way, but we we were very honest and real with each other. And she just say, he wasn't the best husband, but he was a great daddy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And
That's big.
you know, being young, I'm kind of like, what? You know what I mean? I mean, I was married 17 years, so I saw a lot of things, you know. But when she said that, I was like, what is it? You know, he
It's hard for you to
could,
separate the two.
but you saying he a good daddy, and that's what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand this other husband part. You know what I mean? But being a husband and being a daddy, you know what I'm saying? I have my moments where I'm like, with my wife, oh, I should have went that way. You know what I mean? But here comes this little baby in here, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why couldn't I just have that same energy in a sense? But it's more seriousness, you know what I'm saying? There's different aspects to the situation, but just for the simple fact that my parents were divorced and separated, but my thing was still the bond, you know what I mean? You know, and people, so the parents are divorced, so you just single parent home? Yeah, I live with my mama, but I just gotta pick up this phone and call my daddy, you know what I'm saying? So don't get it,
Don't get it
used,
twisted.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
And that's,
Great
and that's
co-parent.
one of the big things right there is, you know,
Co-parent, they just don't let it.
right.
That's right.
And sometimes that can be the best thing, you know what I mean? Because if the parents don't get along, how healthy, honestly, is that for that baby to see it?
Right.
I remember things and it's like, man,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you go back in the archives,
Yeah.
you remember some things.
I hate the things that I went through, but I love the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I hate, you know, some of the things we had to experience and feel, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but I wouldn't change it in a sense
because that's what make you, you.
and I can stand on that, you know what I mean? Because as far as my tattoos, excuse me, every tattoo, it got a story behind it. You know what I mean? It ain't no piece of ink that is just like, oh yeah, you just get that. You know what I mean? Something I've been through. It ain't always a good reminder. I don't like it. I hate that I had to get this tattoo. You know what I'm saying? But it helped me. You know what I mean? So it's like it's deep, man. It's crazy how you know that them things really people. Oh, I've been through it. Also, I got the self-made tattoo right here. Everything I've been through, you know what I'm saying, helped me. But I had to go ahead and make that decision. I'm gonna go ahead and go to school. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and go to class. I'm gonna go ahead and try on this final. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and get married. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had all these other factors and all these other things that assist me. You know what I'm saying? Guide me, whatever you want to call it. But I had, and it was all based on everything. You know what I'm saying? Been through.
The whole journey.
It's so many. There's so many ways that, you know what I'm saying, I think about in my head every single day. Like, I'm like, come on.
You throw this at you though, Chris, man, because you got two. You know you got another baby boy coming. You know what I mean? But you got your son and a daughter. You know what I mean? What's that balance like, man? Do you parent them the same, or there some differences in how you deal with your baby boy versus your baby girl?
Well, I'm getting to the point where it's a separation. You know what I'm saying? Get to the point where before it's just straight. It's the same.
Right.
Now I gotta get to the point where it's more girly girl over here and more boy over here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because what y'all see up here
Right.
ain't what I see at home.
Oh wow, different.
Ain't what I see at home. My daughter is rough.
You told me that a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
I
I don't
see
see
up
it.
here, my daughter's the roughest at home. But she girly girl when she come out that door. You know what I'm saying?
You be beating up on big bro.
Not necessarily beating on them, but like she ain't backing down. Like you ain't better just do that to me.
Right.
And she ain't running there talking about, oh, he did this to me, did that to me. It's a swing and hit, back, then run. Well, we working with something. She ain't just running in here on the first hit, or he ain't just running, you know. But now I'm getting to the point where I got to be more girly girl with her, more hard nosed on him. Now it's time to, with him, because he getting to the age where he's seeing more. You know what I'm saying? Now he more out with the friends. Now he going with people. You know what I'm saying? Before it was just you was at your mama's house or you was at my house. Is it your mama's house or my house? And with my daughter, that's just been a roller coaster.
Right.
I've been this has been a roller coaster. So with her, it's just retooling because she get with her moms or somebody, and it's like you free, do what you do. When she come trying to me, I gotta be like, oh no,
You gotta reel it back.
That's why
up.
she
I gotta stop that. You know what I'm saying? With my son, it don't matter. The only thing with him is if we leave the house, he ain't speaking to nobody. He just became that way. Where he'll speak to y'all. Y'all say what's up to him. But before, you can ask him before, he'd come in the house and just be like, just look.
You like it pop.
And I can take that, because that's what everybody say. Well, you ain't used to speak to nobody either. Hey, that's what they taught me when I was coming up. I don't know strangers, don't speak.
I'm glad you said that, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? That's me. Okay, now you get to the point where you speak to him. He don't say nothing back, I'm on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody outside, if somebody outside their circle, if I know, they speak to him, I ain't saying nothing if he don't speak back to you. I ain't gonna correct him and say, oh, you need to speak. But if it's something, you know what I'm saying, they trying to hold a conversation with you, you know, just be like, I don't want to talk right now. Cool, disrespectful, keep on moving. But he won't say nothing. He'll put his head down, keep on moving. But it's just, yeah, you know, getting the girl to girl stuff. So you got to show her a little more love. You know what I'm saying? And with that, that's where my wife come in at. You know what I'm saying? Showing her the girly stuff, doing the girly things. You know what I'm saying? Because me, are you either gonna be tied into some sports, or I'm gonna be on you like you're a boy.
Right.
And I don't be trying to be like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't be trying to be like that because I want her to grow up, want her to do what she want to do. Because if it's up to me, you mess around and be dribbling that basketball.
Yeah, real quick.
But I want you to, you know, just let you pick.
Right.
With him, I'm trying to shove everything at him.
Do it all, son.
Yeah. But I'm not forcing him. I'm just throwing it at you. Play some football. Play some basketball. Play some soccer.
You sort of like introducing it.
Play baseball.
Yeah.
Man, for the first 3 years, bro, the first 2 years that he could play football, I kept asking, you want to play some football? No. You want to play some football? No. We play basketball. I was like, okay, cool. We got something going.
Right.
But then he come, I'm in the store, I run into little Mike Birmingham.
Yeah.
He said, man, you gonna play some football? He said, yeah.
Huh. Just like that. Looking like that. I couldn't get a yes out of that question.
Hey, that's the first time I heard that. And ever since then, he been rocking. So, I mean, it's cool with me. I ain't gonna force it on you, you know, but I'm gonna teach you the tools that play the game and all that. But it's just cool. Yeah, and at that age, like with him, I'm already breaking them on school. Oh, if school ain't right, you put that stuff, you put that other stuff down. So you ain't got to worry about that. So he know that if this ain't right, he can't play.
You already got the
You know what I'm
standard set.
So now here come my daughter.
Right.
She about to get into something. If this ain't right, you might as well forget that.
Man.
So it's just a breaking. But my daughter it's more counseling with her because she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Just in the past
I already
8
know what
months.
you're
So it's been a lot. So
We'll throw this at y'all though. Check it out. Like if you think about it, the way you were brought up, right? The way your mom and your pops brought you up. If you ever think back to it, right? How much of that same stuff do you use whenever you dealing with your students or if you're dealing with your own kids? And here's the reason why I asked that, because it's like I think parents, they gave us what they could, you know, based on what they knew, the era they came from, the experiences that they had, they gave it to us. Now the world obviously was different when they were our age, when they were kids versus what it is now. And I know some of that stuff, I'm like, yeah, I probably need to leave that right there. Other stuff can probably still be used today. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. Like, whenever I hear people telling their little horror stories about how they got their asses just whooped, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And with chords and all that, I was like, man, it's entertaining for me to listen to. But lucky me, I ain't never get hit beat with no extension cord or no rush or nothing like that. It was either the hand or the belt. And it only took a handful of them for me to get the message. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, we're gonna say you
Lucky
blessed.
you. You're
I'm gonna be
blessed.
lucky, man.
We're gonna say you
Blessed.
blessed.
Right.
Because
How was it for you, Terrence? Man, whenever you
Somebody was
cooking?
supposed to go to jail.
Somebody supposed to go to jail.
Yeah, for the discipline I had.
Oh, like that,
Oh
like that.
man, you get hit with whatever's in reaching distance, like for real. Shoe, extension cord, belt.
I got a whooping one time at the city market with the hairbrush.
I got.
Hold on, what end? With the bristles? Oh,
on that brush.
Lied on
Sorry,
a
yeah.
hot dog. I wanted a hot dog, and my mama knew I didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? She said, "You get in this car, take out that hot dog."
did you even start on it?
Yeah, but I got full quick.
And I can't lie. Whooping stopped
Look, she
at
said in that car,
real
so I
early.
won't go. She said, "What?" She said, "Get out the car." Looked in the car.
Dang. In my mind, I put it together like you just said. Slide up on it.
All right, boy. But he said, quickest thing in reach was a hairbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Whatever's in reach is what you
Yeah,
get
see,
hit.
y'all blessed. Them whoopings stopped early for me.
Me too. Yeah,
A belt or something like that.
like fourth grade whooping
Hold on,
stopped.
before you get started, like, 'cause
Right,
as long as I've known you, you've been a mild-mannered dude. So, like, what would earn you an ass whooping as a kid? Like, what was
My mouth.
Are
I
you
have a
talking
very
about-
smart mouth. My intelligence goes along with it.
Oh, that's
So you can say something. If I don't like what you say, like the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. That shit never work with me. Never. If I don't
couldn't
like
apply.
what you said, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, that's where you doing it.
Yeah.
You wild boy.
And I got hit in the mouth a lot for that. From my mom, like whooping stop. Like it take too long to get a whooping. You gotta go in there, you gotta get a belt, get a switch. No, she just rather hit me right now and get it over with. In the moment.
And let's not forget about the chase. And when I know it's coming, I'll be damned if I just lay there.
Now my mother was a
Chase?
little fast.
Oh man,
There wasn't no chase for me.
Hey, key words. Run
yeah.
if you want to.
You run if you
Yeah,
want to.
yeah.
Like
That's the way it was. Yeah.
you
My
ever
mama-
seen the closeout drill you do? Like, that was a long time ago. Wasn't no
See,
running.
you talking about strategizing.
Man.
My mama would wait till you go to sleep.
Bam.
When you at your most vulnerable. Golly.
Wait till you go to sleep and you know how you in the dark and the light just come on. You next thing you know, all you hear is wow. Oh, what I do?
Or catch you. You ever been caught coming out the bathtub?
Oh, see, like y'all talking the same talk.
That's that bright man.
Man. Yeah.
Right, boy.
See, I never
Hey.
get none of that.
Hey.
My mom would never wait.
No, fresh cut. How long you back that name?
Look, it
I
was
wish
it's
you would.
right there. It's right there in the
My
moment.
uncle used to do that though.
That's the
My
only
uncle used to do that. To get the
That's the
ball
only
faded.
time you didn't mind going outside in the summertime with jeans or corduroys on, bro. Cause you didn't get that ass toe
Oh,
up.
that's a light skin thing.
Yeah. Yeah. My fault.
I ain't struck match.
We took a bath together. She shit in the tub and I got whooped.
Oh, she ain't dropped no face in the water.
Shit, I got a whoop.
Oh,
You
man.
the oldest?
I mean, y'all
He baby.
Oh.
That's cold. I'm about to call Miss Tina. You love my boy, though. What's going on? Now, hold up. Did sis at least did she get tightened up too? No.
I done got some questionable whoopings too.
Wow. Now hold on. Let me ask y'all this though. Hold on. How did y'all know whenever, all right, it's over? And here's what I mean. Like, I remember one time.
You don't.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Man, listen. I got tightened up real good one time, man. And after that beat down, you know what I'm saying? I go in my room, go lay it off, sleep it off, and then, whenever I decide to come out of my room, I done took myself away. I had my little bag of food right there waiting on me because brother still gotta eat. But my mama will come in and say, "Hey, you going to the store with me?" And say, "Yo, nigga, is that your? I'm sorry after what you did to me." Knowing I want to go to the store though, so all right, let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's wild like that.
So that's when you knew it was over.
That's when I knew. I was like, okay, I guess we on to the next chapter.
Okay,
However
so
long it takes me to get my ass with the
Mine was halfway through when my mom got done with that cigarette after the whooping.
Really?
Yeah, she gotta go calm down.
Gonna calm down.
Yeah, she gotta go calm down.
She start talking to you.
Halfway through it, it's all right.
I'm really over trying to think.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm
Like after I've stopped crying and she's halfway through that cigarette, next chapter.
Next chapter.
But before that, you better not say nothing.
Okay, then.
No,
So they
no.
quiet. Hey, you ever
No,
tried to
don't
cry
even sit
quiet?
over there. No, leave her presence.
You shoulder still jumping?
Hey,
Like she better not see you.
She don't want to see you.
Uh-uh.
Get out of my sight.
And like, how you gonna hit me that hard and tell me not to cry?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna give you something to cry for. You just did.
That's another reason.
You just gave me something to cry for.
And
And you're going to hit me again.
hence the smart mouth
Oh,
and
yeah.
the intelligence. He just talked.
See?
That just right
Now I
there.
end up
Just
getting
explained
hit.
it.
I get
I
hit
think you
again.
got a little bit better at either just not saying nothing at all.
Coach Scott taught me that one. Breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Cause I still got it. I
I'm
just
about
shut
to
up.
say, I'm about to
I
say,
still got it.
What you
y'all
got?
don't kick it with him like I do.
Oh, is that right?
Nah,
That,
I
hey,
still got
he
it.
goes.
But this-
There you go.
bro, I have to be quiet, man.
He goes. I'm talking
I don't
about
have a
just
choice.
saying,
It
he
comes.
look at you.
I
If
found
you,
out I was
hey,
just
I'll
sitting
tell you
there-
this. I'll tell you this. Hey,
I
I'll tell
found
you
out I was
this.
just sitting right over there.
Last night we was at the football game. Last night we was at the football game, right?
Yeah, yeah. He
We was at the
did.
football game.
He did depart
Bro.
quite early.
I got mad.
Bro, you asked him something, he was about to say something.
Yeah.
Nah, he said he compared my coaching to Lynn. Nah, you don't know.
And here I am being funny. It wasn't funny to him. You know what I'm saying? He got up and
It was
Hey,
funny
hey, when that
enough.
hand do like this, Wayne, he get a finger up there on the top of the head. See, he about to say something smart. Or, yep.
Yep. Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Telling you.
Please edit that part.
He's holding.
It is in the car.
Man.
That's real.
So, fellas, man, realistically speaking, when you compare our squad, like back to basketball now, you know, think of the teams that you've been a part of at any level, whether we talking high school, college, AAU, you know, the potential level of this group that we have. Does it remind you of any one of them? If so, in what way?
I'll go ahead and say something. I'll go ahead and say they remind me of us in a sense.
I was gonna say that too.
We were a nice, close team, you know what I'm saying? We were brothers, you know what I mean? We never even really had in my mind, what I can remember, like, people missing practice, like, every day of practice, everybody was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, everybody came together, you know what I'm saying, lived together, you know what I'm saying? It was like,
Especially throughout the school day. Like,
You know what I'm
in the
saying?
hallways, you're going to catch one with another.
so, I mean, I see a lot of that with these guys, you don't see one without the other, and that's kind of how we were. There's a lot of different stuff going on, but we weren't gonna be house living, but,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
but just the way they rock with each other, and that's just so big, with me. I know that their loyalty sometimes can beat talent, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I just feel like if you got some dogs that just gonna run through them walls, they, you know.
I mean, work is a hell of a lot easier to go to when you actually like the people you work with.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
the fact that they do,
That's real.
I like to work here. I hate going to
What they
teach.
do remind me a lot of us in the sense, we haven't won anything yet, we haven't got to play anything, but just with that mentality and how they go, I don't see them letting one fall. You know,
Great point.
even if that frustration does come, even if,
It will.
you know, the adversity does show up a little tougher than we think it's going to.
Even when they get put out of practice.
Yeah.
When they do,
Yep. I get a kick out of tossing, by the way, too. You know,
I seen
when
that.
I get the turn going up.
Bro, I
This-
seen
this-
that.
this-
I
So
seen
you
that.
saw me when I was stepping, and I was like,
Said you get a
See, he
kick.
did it different for you. He did it different for you. He literally left him right there and was blowing the whistle the entire time, all the way over there. Just go on over there to the table.
That's it.
And then I
In a
turned
sense,
around. That's
that's
when I turned around. He just blew the whistle once down here for you. Go on over there.
Asshole, man.
but the fact that Kaylin kept turning around, I was like, Sean, I loved it.
Having a man.
I loved it. Shut up, you know, do whatever, because he was taking what I wanted to say.
And you hung in there longer than what I expected, man. I thought it would have gotten way more colorful.
Because I felt it was.
I was glad though. I was glad because they only get to see. Hold on, I'm gonna brag on you a little bit, brag and rag. You know what I'm saying? Because they only see like one side of you for real. It's always just Wayne turned up to the max. You know what I mean? Rah rah. You know what I mean? But then they'll never see him no less than 10. But you was a little below 10 that day, which was good though. So,
Nah,
you know,
Negro smell hurt.
versatility.
That day you had something to do.
Oh, when I wasn't here, came back for that.
No, I'm talking about you. You was here, but you wasn't in here.
I wasn't looking.
And that man right there said, "What? Just go on the line."
One of those.
And that's what they was running that day. You came at the back.
No, I just, yesterday, I felt like it was a setup.
This guy is funny.
Nah, when we broke down, I said, I'm about to piss somebody off.
You did.
I said, I'm about to make them mad today. I mean, we had a good day, and I always think about what Coach Scott said, you know, just don't let them figure you out. You know, they figure you out, they got you. You know what I mean? And what you say, I'm so consistent as always, you know, and I'm gonna go there with you, you know. So, I already had it on my heart too much. It felt too good.
Oh, man. Too close to Halloween.
So, you see, is
Too
he playing
close.
with me? Do he know I'm on 10? Do he know I want to go there? We're going to 16,
Trying to help
17, not. I want to go there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's playing with me. He's trying.
You turned it into a mind game, didn't you?
I'm like,
Yeah, he
and I
got
kept
you.
saying, what?
He got you.
That's why when he blew the whistle, I feel like everything was just like, what the hell? Like, that's what I was doing. And it was just like,
Little whistle then.
because
Sit
I
on that
was
stage.
about to go, but it was just like,
And then he had to send him there in timeout.
are you serious?
Then he tried to come down and run.
But I wanted to, and I mean, I do that just because, I mean, I like to play, honestly, I like to play good cop, bad cop. I got the boys, I mean, they think you just jack shit crazy.
They think I am?
Yeah.
You ain't really?
Oh, I tell them, hey, y'all, look, hey, G is on today, look, I don't know what he's about to do, y'all, hey, so they are so. Get us all.
Look what Wayne doing behind the scenes. I had no clue.
This my,
That's how Sean be in the car. What we doing tomorrow, coach?
oh, look.
Don't you worry about that, big fella. Just go ahead and make sure you
Hey, I don't even know today. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying nothing to me. That's why I tell him, he ain't even talking to me. Hey, I don't know what's up.
But they ain't never no lies, because that's usually the day where we haven't talked.
But I'm always so extra. I'm always, you know what I'm saying? They like,
You gotta keep them off
you know what
balance.
I'm saying?
You remember some of those days, like during our days in high school, whenever we have a good performance, like you ever remember some of those practices the day after a win? Like, not just any win that we were supposed to get, but a big win or an emotional win. Maybe we beat somebody we weren't supposed to beat. Or then maybe we've been on like a streak where we won 3, 4, 5 games in a row. And then we come in out of nowhere, coach just, his expression, got to hit you in the mouth. In other words, we got to bring you back down to earth and reset you. And it'd be rough in here as if we lost the night before.
And everybody looking like,
What's going on? And y'all remember you would struggle with that a lot. Man, what we do, man? After about 3 of those, I'm like, I know what you're doing, coach. You ain't really bad like that.
I wasn't thinking about
That's all. I
He
mean,
finally revealed to me though once we became grown. He's like, y'all used to play mind games with y'all. Oh, especially old Bubba. Old Bubba get mad every time.
Oh, Travis, man.
I did something. I don't remember what I did. I'm probably mispracticed something. I was sitting at my daddy's house. And he made y'all run. He made me sit there and watch y'all.
Oh, that sounds about right.
I was mad. What you mad for, man? They running. What you mad for? I'm like, man, let me run. Man, nah, you doing this on purpose. Like, let me run. Let me take my lick, man. Don't make
Now he begging to run. Now he want to run.
I got a question for you though.
What's up?
I got a question for you. So, in your stint of where you been coaching wise, as a head, what do you see with the team?
Good question.
With this team.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Hey, I'm on the question. I watch too much podcast.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, and we talked about this together, man. One thing that worries me about this group is that we don't have an asshole. Not in the gym, at least not yet.
He come.
Yeah, they may be coming. They may be coming. But here's the deal. I'm talking about the big time alpha personality that is up against that line always, that we sort of gotta reel him back. You see what I'm saying? That type personality. We don't
Them
have.
to try to set the whole, put the whole gym in check.
Whose character might be a little questionable.
We're just too nice as
You know
a
what I'm saying?
whole.
Now, as a group, are we skilled? Very. Are we
Nice.
talented? Yes. Do we have size, length, Yes, we do. We got versatility on both ends, defensively and offensively. Yeah, we got that. But just doing some of the competitive drills that we do when we test them, they unravel a little quicker than what I feel comfortable with. Now we all have a breaking point, so it's only going to be so far we can push them, even when they get to where we want them to be. But it still don't take. It takes just a short amount of adversity for them to start to crumble a little bit. And now those semi-loud voices that we have, they get quiet. All of a sudden the positive energy, the rah-rah turns into blame or complaining, mumbling undertone, moping, lip out. So there's one word to describe all of their behavior. It starts with an S. Say it loud. Soft. I think we
We're
made
very
it
soft.
Oh, I say a little. You say
Yeah,
very.
we're very soft.
Okay. But see, if that's the pulse that I got on the guys right now.
Me too.
We look good in drill work.
I agree.
We do. But we're gonna learn a lot next weekend.
We
go
are
out there
soft.
to Santa Fe. And we lock horns against some guys that that we don't see every day. And so
See, that's what I've been waiting on. Cause it's easier for you to do what you're doing up against us. I want to see like I'm telling Sean, it's easy to foul your teammate up in here, whereas you gonna foul your teammate out there when you get that attitude.
That's why I love seeing like the stuff they did today. You know what I'm saying? Them seasoned dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Them casted. Older, still got the move, still got the speed, still got that swag, and we'll talk shit.
at the same time.
And we'll talk and look at you, waiting for you to get mad so they can talk more shit.
Yeah.
And see, that's what
hate
me
my
and him
knee
was
hurts.
on that day.
That's me. I hate
See,
them
you
hurt.
wasn't really here that day with me and Wayne because his little nephew, you know what I'm saying? He started talking to us. Oh, you did everybody to turn around and jump.
Barbecue
Coach Cook, way across. Yeah,
Check,
hey,
bro.
won't you come down here?
Come here.
He was like,
Yeah, they really thought I couldn't.
why you messing? Then he turned to this. Why you messing with me? You start talking to me.
Yeah.
They think you couldn't. Oh, I know that.
Up until last week, they didn't think I could.
They probably
believe
they think I can't either.
Just
Then
missing jumpers and stuff.
Clank, clank.
Yeah.
So, and what is it about boys that they seem like until we show them that we can do what they do better than them, it's only a certain amount of respect you're gonna get from them.
We're the same way.
Right.
I say, probably, I'm still that way.
I think it's like a rite of passage type thing.
I still feel like can't nobody at this
Especially in
table beat
all
me.
hoods.
You gotta feel like that. You gotta feel like that. But
See,
then
that's what-
when you get out there and lock horns with
I'm
people,
dead serious.
right?
We put some money on the bad knee
See,
and
that's
all.
where I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep the competitive with Kalen there. Don't come down.
Yeah,
Yesterday,
yeah.
he would have been talking, and I know talking does not make you a good player. If he would have been talking to them boys as he was giving them buckets, man, I'll probably be hoarse right now. Because that's that dog.
Well, see, that's what when
That's that ass right there. That's
you like you coaching him up, and that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Don't come down here because they don't want to play.
yeah.
Keep cooking. Keep
And
cooking.
he kept doing it. He did it in his own way, which I respect because another thing I've learned is not to try to change people's personalities.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a certain type of leader, but everybody don't lead the same way. There's different ways to do it. 'Cause like a classic example from our era, y'all's class, Bugs. I mean, just think about how often we were trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, a square peg into a round hole. You know what I mean? With him trying to make his personality be different. He was gonna be quiet. He was gonna show up, head down, and work. And however you wanted him to do it, I mean, if it wasn't consistent with his personality, it wasn't gonna happen. But
Y'all seen that again when
That's why I've been doing like the comparisons and everything like this, because I feel like every time I tell them to do something, they're thinking I'm saying, go like I would do it,
right.
I'm not gonna say a name.
That's an easy trap to fall into, though.
Yesterday when I had told a certain person, hey, you should have went to, I don't need no help to score or something.
I'm not saying that. That's KJ.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been talking about Shine all day. We got to talk about KJ now.
I just want to,
I'll do it for you.
I just look like it threw me off. It pissed me off at first. And then I thought about trying to think, how I'm perceived. You know what I'm saying? My tone and everything. I said maybe he's thinking I'm saying do it like me. You know what I mean? Because everybody know I'm always talking about just jumping up and
All that.
sitting on it. You know what I'm saying?
The way you used to get down.
So I said, it didn't get through. He didn't feel me at all. So I walked over to him. I said, man, look. yourself some energy. Step through. He said, oh,
Yeah. Make it easy on yourself.
and when I did.
And when did it? so like it ain't personal.
Damn, I said,
But that's
damn, they thinking that I'm always for real. I said, so I got to just get prepared.
Do what I would do.
Yeah, and that's I can change it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing how they learn. You know what I mean? I'm saying how it registers with them and everything. So I said, oh, okay. And that's why when we closed, I said, don't let my tone confuse my message. You know what I mean? Because I know myself. I hear my voice. You know what I mean? I know, like, how did I just sound when I said
Sounded real combative. That boy real confrontation.
I didn't, honestly, I didn't mean it. I was serious.
Yeah.
I meant it, but I was genuine and everything else. I didn't have no type of aggression, but
You weren't trying to solve it.
You been preaching that to him
But that-
since the summer though.
That goes back to exactly, you know, the question that you asked. What do we see with this squad, you know, compared to other squads, you know, you coach, been on, whatever. That, what you just said, in my opinion, is one of the strongest things. That's what I'm talking about. The level of intelligence. The level of intelligence. These dudes is on another level. I personally believe that. You know, these dudes, the way they think and the way they carry themselves and transpire on court, yeah, they still, you know, young dudes. They still young cats. But their thinking is a little bit different. It's a lot easier for us to get through to them and then relate to it than, you know, you ain't got to sit here and hold their hand and walk them through it. Hey, look, bro, this is what we talking about. This is what I need you to do. Execute.
when we doing our new drill work, I'm passing the ball between the legs, step back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like,
You
I'm
saying it
saying,
real quick.
let me show you.
I see
know
it.
we got it. I said, oh, they like, I said, no, you got it.
I watch you,
You got it.
Or
And they go,
Kaylin.
perfect.
Kellen, he'll pause real quick. Okay, and then he goes and does it.
I
Yeah.
put 3 moves on
He
him
just
real quick.
process it real quick and then just
I
go
don't
do
even
it.
know what I told him, but I know I said something, he got it or something.
I'll be watching him sitting there trying to think of more moves to give him. That's what he
That's
does.
what that be on my mind. That's what be on my mind.
And I'm not having to show him. I'm literally just step back, spin move, twin legs, double crossover. Okay.
And they go do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That separates them and puts them on that.
Because most,
That's why I got the confidence that I do in these cats, man.
and I don't know the numbers, but just from my experience and everything, inner city kids, you know what I'm saying, like us, most people, we learn by seeing it. You know what I'm saying? We sometimes we learn by doing it. You know what I'm saying? They learn it by hearing. You know what I'm saying? They hear it and they got it.
They're a little ahead of the curve, ain't
So that, I mean, that's impressive right there. I got to give it up to them on that.
Yeah.
And if, man, they apply that and just get a little bit of Coach Wayne in them. Man,
He said a little bit of
Coach
Cody.
Wayne.
On them
They need to eliminate some of this.
you know what I'm saying?
A little more Coach Henderson in him.
So that big dog.
Yeah, he gonna lift the gym and then go play. All right, y'all. For the finale, you know what I'm saying. This is how we wrap. How we're wrapping. You know, in your own individual athletic competition careers, right? One regret.
Oh, that's easy.
You gonna talk about that knee?
Yep.
Playing football, good deal. Because I agree. Fantasy. Anyway,
That's
I'll let you
easy.
tell me.
Playing football my senior year. Well, really, ain't no regret, but I should have just kept doing it.
You should have kept doing what?
Playing football.
Like
the
never
moment.
stopping in the first
Yeah, I
place?
should have never stopped.
Okay, so hold on, time out. Two questions. Number one, when did you stop? Number two, when you
I
went
stopped
back
my 8th grade year.
before you got to high school.
Yep.
All right. Now, when you went back your senior year, like, was it your choice or were you sort of getting leaned on by whoever?
That was my choice.
All right.
My choice. But I didn't know that we was going, the offense that they put in,
Uh-huh.
they was going to that. They went to straight total, change up everything. They wanted to be an option team.
Mhm.
And then that right there just was like, we don't really, this ain't the,
Personnel?
no. Yeah, we got a big back forward to be in the backfield,
Right.
but we ain't got the team for no like that. But
Going and playing
that right
football?
there, I mean, the bad thing about it is, I tore my ACL in an all-city game. Not
That
even,
was the first one?
yeah, not even an actual season game.
Right.
But I would say the best thing about it is that just leading up into it, I came back faster than most people come back from it.
Yeah.
I came back.
I remember the comeback.
I came back in 5 months.
Yeah. Was that in January when you came back?
My first game was January 10th.
Was it rough for you to trust it, or did you just hit the ground running?
No, it was rough. It was rough
And
because, but I had a NBA physical therapist. When I was going to physical therapy, I had NBA players walking in, D-League players walking in. He trained. He on them. I'm like, push me like you pushing them. Don't wait or don't, because I'm younger than them. Now I'm trying to get back in hoop.
right.
He like, he was like,
out of time too.
huh?
You were running out of time. You was on the clock. It was the last show for you.
Yeah, but like I said, that's what I was telling him when he was talking about a pep rally. I didn't go to no pep rally my senior year. I attended one pep rally, and that was for, I think that was senior night for us. Other than that, I was gone. I did 2 classes and I was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did 2 classes my senior year. I moved everything up, and that's what I was telling you. If I had class, if I didn't have therapy, my first 3 classes was science and then my English. But the end of the day was gym, weight management, computers, back to the gym. And the whole time I was in here, I was in the weight room that was back there on the bike, just cycling it out. But that's mainly the only regret I got. Tore my ACL my senior year. I mean, I still had fun though with it coming back. Still had fun. We made it to the playoff.
Well,
Should
everybody
be.
gets to that wall.
No. We should have been. No, we should have been in state.
You had a chance. You definitely had a chance.
We should have been there.
We're gonna talk about that off camera, man.
It's my fault.
We should have been
It's my
there.
fault, man. We
Man,
talk about it on camera.
Hold up, your regret.
Can we edit my part then? If I gotta say my regret.
Man, hey, we definitely can edit that.
All right. Honestly, sports-wise, coming to Central. I did not receive the coaching nor the exposure I needed.
You know, from a football standpoint?
Yes.
Huh.
I'll say basketball too.
Gotcha.
Huh?
Where'd you want to go?
Where I want to go? Jinx.
That's where you wanted to go?
Yes.
Is that hindsight or that was even in?
That was even then.
Why James?
The exposure. I needed the exposure. I needed that coaching to get me to, because I had an NFL mindset. That's where I wanted to go. Like I wasn't trying to settle for nothing else. Football was the only reason I went to college.
True that.
If it wasn't for football, I would have got a job. But coming to Central, see, it wasn't my choice to come here. My mother made me come here.
Right.
Because once she said I couldn't go to Jinx, I didn't want to go to Booker T, but that's where I should have went. But I wasn't doing that. Because as you know, you went to Carver too.
Right.
I couldn't go to school with them guys no more. Like,
I feel you. I know what you mean. Like everybody was
I'm
going
from a
over
completely different side of town than them. And like this, I'm just a little bit more rough than they are.
Right. A little more rough and rugged, huh?
That's it. And I couldn't do it for another 4 years.
I got you.
You think you could have did it at Jinx?
Yes. Come there for a purpose.
Man on a mission, huh?
I'm there for a reason. Yes.
That's how I got this.
Look, I'm there for a reason. And at the same time, I'm going to expect that from those type of people. I'm not going to expect that from these people that look like me. All the way.
No, don't edit that, man. Don't edit that.
Yeah.
Leave all that in.
Like,
But and that's especially
Yeah,
for you to have that type of insight as a pup.
Yeah.
That's key, man.
yeah, like going to Carver, okay, I played for the Mustangs, played against the Bulldogs. Why do y'all feel like y'all so much better than us? Our mothers work the same jobs. Why you feel like you must that much better than me? Why are you so like prissy and preppy? Basically, why are you such a bitch?
Like that, huh?
Yes, like you're not better than me. They just feel like they were better than me because of the side of town I stayed on. Because I really stay out north.
And you still there.
I still stay out north. Like I had to use another address to come to Central. I couldn't use my home address.
Right.
That's what it was. Like that's my only regret. I feel like if I would have went somewhere besides Central, I'll probably just now coming home, retiring from a sport.
Me. I won't
Like,
go somewhere either.
easy. I would never went JUCO, none of that. Coming here to Central, academically, I didn't learn a thing. Football wise, I didn't get coach anything. Basketball saved me at Central.
Right.
Like you said, my teammates, the brotherhood we had, and just the overall fun we had in the sport and the winning.
Yeah.
That's what kept me here. Other than that, I was ready. If we didn't win state my sophomore year and my cousin moved back, I was going to Broken Arrow.
It was already about to be
It
ready.
was already gone. I was gone. They the only ones knew.
Good thing we got that
I
hardware.
was gone too.
I was gone.
You said what now?
I was gone too.
Going to, you
I
gonna
was going
jump
straight
ship?
to Broken Arrow.
I wasn't supposed to come here.
I remember that you supposed to go to EC out of school, right?
No, I wasn't.
Out of,
I wasn't even supposed to go there. The only reason I was at East Central is because of my brother.
course.
Yeah, but the coach that was supposed to be getting a head job was his AAU coach. Never happened. But he used to come pick me up just to go to the little summer leagues and stuff.
Right.
So that's the only reason I was playing in the summer little team camps with them. Is because of him. He was coming to pick me up.
Right.
I was supposed to go to Sand Springs.
You know what? You did tell me that earlier.
Man,
this week.
man,
I didn't see that one coming.
on the camera, I tell you this right now. I had a man at my door every other week. Just bring your son over here. Just bring your son over here. I don't know them people. I gotta go to school with some people that look like me.
Yeah.
I can't go to school out there.
Right.
I said the only thing I see that look like that is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Was your personality?
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know them. And I'm talking about every day he come, but my daddy. That's how I got over here.
Right.
It was my daddy. My daddy came in, me and my mama. Man, you going over there? You gonna play? I said, I know that's your best friend, but I really don't want to go there.
Right.
And he was like, man, you just need to go there. When I got here, when I got here, I had junior RTC on my schedule.
Oh, you talking about your activity period?
I didn't have basketball on nothing. I didn't have no sport on nothing. I sat in the office in there. I sat in the office for like the first 2 hours.
Why didn't you just go to JROTV?
Whoa. What is it good
tell you?
for?
You really want me to tell you? Yo, coach.
Oh, he switched it up.
Sit right here. I'll be right back. Go check that gym. I'll be right back.
Oh, so he switched it up on you.
I'll be right back. I gotta go check that gym and I'll be right back. Sit right here. All right.
He said, I ain't gonna let you go in.
I went in the RTC room.
Oh, you did?
I did. He come in there.
We was on block schedule at that time, weren't we?
Yeah, he came in there and was like, no, come with me. I sit right here. I'll be back. I go check the gym. And when my daddy came, he was like, you gotta do your RTC. Y'all, I'm getting that chain right now. Right now. I'm getting that chain right now. By the end of that third hour, I was walking in the weight room in there. I mean, the next day, I was walking in the weight room.
Right.
That's where he had the basketball, the freshman basketball was in there.
For sure.
And I was walking in there.
And you know,
And ever since then, rocking and rolling.
that's a beautiful
And
thing.
ever since I met him, LaRon, Kendall,
All that.
all of them, we still friends to this day.
I'll say the same thing. Like life-wise, I don't regret coming here.
I feel you.
It made me the man I am today. Like he just said, like these are still my same friends I kick it with today.
Right.
Y'all are still the same people I kick it with today.
For sure.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a lot more of it too, man.
this
I mean,
made me.
Yeah,
It's cool.
If you got, you know, and I gotta say it, even though, you know, whether we say it too much or whatever, I really don't give a damn. Like the best part of this right here, we got honorary OG bro, Coach Cook right here. But us four, man, we were in school at the same time, man. Y'all, you know, y'all a year behind me and Wayne in school. We got to play ball at the same school we now coaching at, and we won a state title here too. That shit is special. That's special. Not everybody get to be, you know, with a lot of the cats they spend every day with. Now here we are 13, 15 years later, we get to do it all over again in a different capacity. But anyway, cool, man. One
Oh,
regret,
man,
Coach,
well, let me-
your sport. 'Cause I know you were cold at football.
I played football like a mother.
So you said 6'3", 225,
Strong safety.
I'm running right past him.
Heavy on the strong.
And there you go. There you go. Talk about that
Right
running
past
fast.
him.
And they been picking your little miniature ass about the bleachers up
Hey,
there.
tell us what minute you back
One
then.
minute.
It don't matter.
Hey,
Don't matter.
it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. But back then, 37, when I was playing football, you know what I'm saying?
He said
Hey, you got to understand. Listen, I graduated high school for most of y'all Negroes was born.
I believe.
Your high school wasn't even segregated.
Whoa.
I mean, it was segregated, my fault.
I graduated high school in 1988.
You ain't that old,
That's when I
coach.
was born, coach.
You try to make it like you was real old.
Hey,
You
I'm
thought you
old.
real old.
Yeah, I thought he was
Hey,
gonna throw a number out there for us.
Bro, I just turned, I just
Anyway,
turned 50.
Ah,
You can
coach,
start-
that ain't
What's your regret? I know you got a long chapter.
Well, it's quick to fix. I mean,
He said,
it was football. It was football after my second year. Because, you know, when you're an athlete, you already know. When y'all get to college, even in high school,
What was this at?
I was playing in the D1 JUCO, Arizona Western, out in Yuma, Arizona. I had offers to big schools, all that kind of stuff, but I was like, they recruiting me, they recruiting 100 more, just like me, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that I had some time, wanted to say every year eligibility, that kind of stuff for the big schools. Well, second year out of the JUCO, you already know how it is. When you're an athlete, you go to class, you do.
Yeah, I mean,
You go to class.
somebody making you go.
But them parties and stuff though.
Yeah, man.
Them parties and stuff. There was a Mexico, the border was 15 minutes away from my school.
This is about to take a left turn. Here we go. I'm ready.
Every Wednesday night, I could tell you the name. Every Wednesday night, the Piano Bar in San Luis Sonora, Mexico. 3 for 1 night, $8 get you 24 Coronas.
Oh, all right.
$8 get you 24 Coronas.
Get smacked
And they had this thing called the shooter. And it was a dude, he would run around, he had a pistol belt with shot glasses in it. And what you would do, you'll call him over.
Shoot up.
And you pour that shot of tequila in that glass, and you'll take the shot, you put it in your mouth, but you don't swallow it right then. When you put that tequila in your mouth, he grab you by your head, and he got this whistle, he blow this whistle, be shaking your head.
Man, listen.
That's when you swallow the tequila, you be like, oh shit.
I don't swallow him.
Y'all
Give me another one of them.
Give you another one.
Oh yeah.
Y'all show us some idea to get across the border.
For
Y'all was
what?
sneaking.
Who said who and why?
How many
Man, we
people?
just football
How many
players,
people
bro.
y'all bring back?
So anyway,
You gonna let that man shoot you?
one particular Wednesday night, we go down there. We do our thing. We come back across the border on our way back to the school. We hungry too.
Absolutely.
We hungry,
Eating burrito.
but we broke.
Come on, coach, y'all didn't do it.
We in the back of my boy Eddie Jimenez's truck.
Hey man,
Yeah.
oh, you cartel.
He was just a DD because he a little skinny. He just wanted to be cool with football players.
The manager. He the cartel.
Go to Circle K. My boy walk in there. He come back out. You know, snacks for everybody.
He went rob those too.
We was like, oh, that was a little bit too easy. We went,
Oh, no, coach.
and it's still there to this day. Well, at least it was still there in 2006, the last time I was out there. But Rancho Mesa IGA, I'll never forget the name of the place. We went out into this grocery store because we cocky now. Circle K, that's small potato.
Oh, we got the
We
elevator.
ain't nobody here. Hey man, forget all these, bags of chips and junk, man. We trying to get some meat. We walks up into this Rancho Mesa IGA, not paying attention to the fact that fucking mopping the floor. Just keep that in the back of your mind. We over there, man. We doing our thing. One of my boys, I won't say his name, but he was a lineman, big dude. He's like, hey, you see this up under my shirt? He had like 6 steaks up under his shirt.
He about to eat good. He about to eat good.
Listen, dog, he had steaks
Damn.
up under his shirt. I'm like, nah, you good, bro.
Yeah, 6 days.
What we still chicken for?
He said, so he started to try to walk up out of there. The store manager saw him, little white dude. Hey. My man picked him up, put him in the refrigerated coolers, he just sat him in there. He was like, yo, we gotta go. I'm scared in the motherfucking now. Said, fuck it, I'm running. I'm going to go get up out the store. right there by the, the checkout lanes and stuff. I hopped over the checkout. I hopped over the little counter thing there. We get out the store. We got shit all in the back of Eddie's truck, riding down the road trying to go back. We thinking good. Lights come on. Arizona Highway Patrol. We throwing steaks, beer. We throwing all kinds of shit out the back of this truck. Swinging this on the side of the road.
It's over here.
You should just left that there.
Make it. I'm gonna just. This is where I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna just. So y'all don't have to hear all the stuff in between, cause it was crazy. We at the police station. Cop walked in and say, "Let me see the bottom of your shoes." The bottom of my shoes. He talking about all of us. The bottom. Remember what I said now? Motherfucker was mopping. See the bottom of your shoes.
You the one got charged with everything.
Come with me. Oh shit. Oh shit. When I jumped over that counter, that's exactly what happened. My footprint, big as shit, in that wet floor. Make a long story short, I got banned from the state of Arizona for 5 years. For 5 years. I was like, they said you
Trying to
go,
eat.
they was like, you could go to, it was like a 90-day prison sentence and some big ass fine, or you could leave the state for 5 years. I was like, fuck up out this hot motherfucker. It's hot as shit.
I got a question. When you did go back though, was you nervous?
Bro, the only
When you did go back, was you nervous?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was just like,
I would have been.
no, I was just like, I wonder if that motherfucking store's still there. Rolled over there, cause I didn't remember this is in, 1989 when I was there. It's 2006 now, so lots of changes. I'm like, I wonder if the store there. My boy,
Your foot's still there.
my foot ain't still there, but the store was still there. Rancho Mesa. I was scared to go in that bitch. I wasn't going up in there. I was like, I'm cool on
I
that.
wonder if that same store manager was there.
But that was my only regret, man. Allow him, because it kind of messed up. Well, it didn't mess up, but it
It tarnished it a little bit.
made my football career
Take a turn.
take a turn. Yeah, because after that, I ended up going in the Army. I still played semi-pro ball through the Army, but
You could've
I didn't.
been better.
Yeah, I could have went
Could
other
have gone a
places.
lot higher.
What about you, Wayne?
I've been over here thinking the whole time.
I ain't got no regrets, nigga.
I mean,
Making us wait so long for warm-ups in state, because you didn't want to come out the tunnel.
well, that's
What happened, man?
Small fish. We talk about that all the time.
Oh, we put that.
Your eyes, Terrence. I said,
That's something different.
Coach,
trying
it's
to
Halloween too. You might want to put that one in your back pocket. I might need to tell you that one. I might need to send that one the message.
I've really been thinking the whole
Wayne
time.
ain't gonna like it, though.
I don't really know if I have one. I want to say, I just maybe not taking basketball as serious as I should have. You know what I'm saying? Just because prior to being recruited, really senior and everything like that, basketball was just something that, I was tall, so I feel like I had to do, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Didn't always want to play basketball. I wanted to be in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be mingling, I wanted to, indulge in everything everybody else was indulging in, you know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't serious. I didn't know I was good enough to, play. So, only regret I would say just not taking that serious. And then senior year getting recruited and everything, I'm like, whoa, a lot of people telling me I can play. And then it's fine, and coming here with y'all, having fun with it, so I'm like, I should have been on this, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all know me, just in the world, you know what I'm saying? Just living, 1 foot over here, 1 foot over here, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be the man here, but then I still got my sports over here, but I still wanna,
On a dabble.
yeah, be in the crowd and do, you know what I'm saying? So if I could have just locked in and just done what I was supposed to and just lived the way I tell everybody now, all of that stuff gonna be here. If I would have taken not taking my own advice, just to wrap it up like that, knowing the world is gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that kind of slowed me down. Because even I tell the boys now, the stuff that I was doing back then, that I'm trying to still shake now. You know what I'm saying? And people know, are you that boy Essential? That was, I'm a daddy and a husband. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, okay. But let's
That
talk
was
about,
then.
Let's talk about
That's
right
now.
now.
Shit.
And so,
I feel all
that's
that.
my only one because I know I play. My mission was to play harder than everybody, you know. And even if I didn't, in my world, I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a universal regret.
So many more people, I always say, shoot bigger than me. You know, do so much more than me. So if I knew I was running as hard as I could and jumping high, hey, I'm good. I'm good. I can look in the mirror and say, you did that. You know, and that's the biggest thing with me. I play a lot of mind games, and at the end of the day, if I can look in the mirror and smile and be cool in my heart and know like I'm good. I don't care whatever I had to go through. I know I'm good. I'm straight. But that's just one thing. Once I got good and got in school and you know got my degree and just everything and being a daddy and a husband now, I'm just like, damn. If I was locked in, man. You know, even just shoot like we working out with the boys. I'm shooting that jump hook. I'm like, oh my coach, I don't even got this jump hook. This is my shot for real. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But that's more to my point. Just, you know, seriousness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's what I would say, man. One regret, you know, from as it pertains to sports, I was senior year in high school. As a leader, I wasn't confrontational enough. I don't think. You know, I still always sort of was uncomfortable with the idea of having that uncomfortable moment with one of my bros. You know what I mean? And it's multi-layered. It wasn't just me, because I was a nice kid, especially in middle school. You know what I mean? I got a little more comfortable in my own skin when I got to high school. But I really wasn't trusting you guys enough to not take it as personally as I thought you would in my mind. Because I'd be like, damn, if I really turn it up with him the way I feel it right now, and the way he probably needs to hear it, what if we don't come back from that? But I got to thinking, boys, we ain't really wired like that. We can have it out right here. It could get as ugly as possible, and then once it's over with, it's over with. We go sit down, we go eat. You know what I mean? And like it didn't happen. But I didn't have that foresight right then. I didn't have them type of balls, for lack of a better term.
You had the respect too.
Yeah, I know I did.
Hey, said I was in there.
Yeah, and that I knew, which is why I still can't understand why I couldn't get out of my own way on that. But I'm like, it was a couple moments I needed to have with a couple people, particularly in our program at that time, that were really vital to what we do. But I kind of saw them going off course, and I had, in my opinion, I had the most credibility in the program to come at anybody however I needed to. But
You checked me one day.
I just
in that
didn't.
locker room.
Yeah, and that was the closest it ever got to what it should have been. But it probably should have gotten a little uglier, not just with me and you, but with me and a couple other guys, and maybe that would have gotten us over the hump. But I think about that a lot. So now as a coach, I ain't afraid to turn it up. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm at with it, fellas.
Can't be though.
You know we got to do a lot more of these, man.
Can't
Oh
be.
yeah.
All right?
Can't be.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
We can get to that, huh? That little edge up. That little edge up, Uncle Cook. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Uncle Cook.
Yeah.
Putting all the kids in Uncle Cook car next weekend.
No. I already told you, man. I fought on the drive. I fought early in the morning.